What's up? That's right. You see the label right here above, right here. You see that? It says right there, it is Red Dog and Friends because Chaz can't be with us again. Or Damien. So you know what that means. Anyway, let's talk about some of the things about to happen, right? So Saraya, we talk about our girl Saraya herself. The legend. Is she really still an icon, or is she really just kind of trophy seeking right now? We'll talk about that. We're gonna also talk about GCW. This reign. Is it still the top indie, or is other shows have passed it? And also, finally, we're about to introduce something brand new for you guys. I'm not gonna tell you right now what it is here because I want you to hang around and check it out. Also, you're gonna get, we're gonna get a temp check. We're also gonna get Push and Barry. We're also gonna get Damien's Dumbass of the Week. You get all that kind of stuff, and then you guys know what to do. Tune into this because it's gonna be amazing. So it ain't holla at your boys. It is wait till after this intro.
The following program is a collection of idiots talking about happenings in the sports entertainment world. It is meant to be comedically informative. The opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, platform, or whatever network they are on. There may be some out-of-pocket things said on this show, because this is how we talk to each other. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Your homies. The 3 Count Podcast. P.S. Please do not sue us.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, nobody out.
It's not even this show today. That's right. Hi, it's your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, and this is Red Dog and Friends.
I am the champion, Red Dog, hear my call.
Yeah, it is the Air Force Veteran Intel Specialist, the one you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog. And this is Red Dog and Friends, where we talk about all fun things because you know what? Chaz can't be bothered. He said, nope, I'm not going to be on the show today. I don't want to be on the show today, and none of y'all going to make me. So I said, all right, I'll be the guy. And then, everybody else was like, sure, no. Well, only one person. And that's because he is my friend. He is the guy, the only Graves that matters in the wrestling business. He sits right there, right next to me. You see him. He is Twitch Graves.
What it do, what it do.
What it do indeed. In fact, you know what? We got to hit the little banner down below because we
Disclaimer.
need you guys to be, we got to have a disclaimer because, we might say a lot of things that are out of pocket and, it is what it is. But intros and announcements, you guys know what to do. You guys need to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, 3 Count Pod, or even on the Bird app, the X app, the app that has Elon Musk raving about presidents and such not at a 3 Count Pod _. Go check us out there. We don't want to get political opinions because we know that you don't care. That's not why you're here. You're here for wrestling opinions. And even at that, you're not really here all that much for wrestling opinions. And what's funny is I definitely forgot to turn on my lights because I was definitely like, it's a little dark in here. And then I realized why. A little better. All right. So with that being said, Now Entering the Ring. So it's not that Now Entering the Ring is on a hiatus right now, but we definitely didn't have an episode out last week, or this last week. So you guys didn't get one yesterday. So don't be alarmed if you guys didn't see one. It's just, I have to rebook interviews and don't currently have anybody just yet. We're just working on it. Everything in my house is like falling around me. I'm like, I can't move my chair back. I don't know. Like my sign was like hanging down. I was like, oh my God, bro. So anyway, Twitch, how are you?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm offended, but I'm okay. We'll get to that in a minute.
All right. Well, then let's hop through. Let's start this off. We already know we want to start with this one of our favorite segments that we like to call Temp Check. For those who don't know what Temp Check is one of those things where we talk about our hottest, our coldest, and our match of the week. So, Twitch, start us off.
Cliff, you start us off.
Okay, well, hold up. First of all, you look so pretty in pink.
Thank you. I know
Yeah.
I do.
That's a great movie, by the way. Don't put references out there like that, okay? All right, so I'll start us off. Hottest wrestler of the week. I'm gonna be fair, man. Solo Sokoa. I'm gonna give it to Solo. I'm gonna give it Solo because we have, everybody wants to refer to the SWO. I don't care. I mean, Solo made that Solo winning the US title was kind of fly. I don't care. I know. We have a new Tonga that's now in, in the SWO, the new bloodline, and I'm here for it. I don't dislike it. So I'll put Solo over. My coldest wrestler of the week though, I'm gonna be fair. Um, he had one of the hottest segments this week, but also like there's nothing to it, right? It's like all substance, no substance. It was just kind of all bark. CM Punk,
I
we
knew
put
that
CM
was
Punk out there.
coming.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the Punk life. I loved him coming out doing the rap, talking trash. Made a Drake reference, which I'm gonna be fair, kind of kind
Well,
of outdated. Yeah, it's kind of outdated. Like I get it. Like I get why you did it. I get why you said. I get why they had you write that or you wrote that, and even if John wrote that with you, right? I get why it was there, but it's kind of lost. Like I mean, we've been talking about the Drake beef for over a year now, and it's that song was hot, but it's not. It's you kind of caught it on the back end. Like if you would have caught it, I guess if Randy Orton would have said it,
Pre
it
Super
might have.
Bowl, you'd have been good.
Yeah, pre Super Bowl, yeah, it would have been fine. Like, even just like a few weeks after the Super Bowl, also fair. But meh, I'm not here. And also you didn't win, so there's that. I'm gonna give it though my match of the week. Um, I was gonna give it. There was a match on Dynamite that was actually really really good. I really enjoyed it. But Cody and Randy for the house at in Saudi, and I'll give it to them. Night of Champions. That was the only thing I felt like was good at a Night of Champions, by the way. So if that was the whole entire event was cold minus that match, I would be okay with that. I would agree, but I'll go with Cody and Randy as my match of the week.
I have no hottest wrestler of the week because none of you fucks deserve it. My coldest wrestler of the week is Night of Champions as a whole. That shit was boring as fuck. I don't care what you said. I fell asleep after Cody and Randy. That was the very first match. That shit was boring. Rhea
Yeah,
versus Raquel, boring. Solo versus Jacob. We had a feeling that Hakulio was going to show up. He was on SmackDown
yeah,
or before SmackDown went live. Uh, Asuka and Jade Cargill. Solid match. Weird pin for that ending. Boring as fuck, though. We still knew Jade was going to win. If you follow the story, you know where this is going. Uh, it just all around was a boring pay per view. A
yeah,
boring PLE, whatever you want to call it. So
yeah.
that's my coldest of the week. Match of the week. So my match of the week was going to be Cody and Randy because, like you said, that shit was fire. Until this morning,
Mm,
New Japan had a televised show, a televised special at that, called Revolution. My match of the week is Hiroki Gato and Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. Zack Sabre Jr. beat the dog shit out of this boy to where this match ended in referee stoppage, and Zack Sabre Jr. is your new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion for the second time. Shout out to
yeah.
him.
Okay, I like it. I mean, anytime you put Zack Sabre Jr. in the conversation,
Right.
instantly, it's a classic. I don't care who it is. I mean, I've seen him at Wrestling Open. Like he wrestled, I think it was Ryan Clancy. I'm pretty sure it was Fancy Ryan Clancy, and just it was a fire match to begin with. But it's like there's so much like I don't know. He's one of those guys that's like untouchable. You know what I mean? Like anytime he steps in the mat, like you're like, oh, this is gonna be good.
I know the term gets tossed around a lot, but you could have a good match with a broomstick. I'm really convinced he could.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't care if this is just because AEW and New Japan have a working relationship and they want to try and get him over there. I don't care. I like you said, the moment you put Zack Sabre Jr. into the conversation, it's we're talking about banger after banger after banger.
Yep. And he's truly, and he's the thing that's crazy about him is that I don't. He's so good at wrestling. Like his career just can go forever because he doesn't take any gnarly bumps. He doesn't do anything like out of his wheelhouse. He just is a very good technical wrestler.
He is one of the greatest technical wrestlers of this generation, of
Yeah,
this
without a
whole
doubt.
timeline that we're in, like without a doubt.
Yeah.
Say your
I w-
Brian Danielsons and your whatever. No, Zack Sabre Jr.
I will be fair. I'm gonna say this. I would have paid money to see Zack Sabre Jr. versus and hey, all y'all out here are gonna be like, "Meh, that one, Owen Hart."
Ooh,
Yeah. And I
wearing
know
all you want. I'm here for it.
yeah, I'm just saying because a lot of people are like, what about Brett? Brett was the best or his best was ever the excellence of execution, the
Owen
best
was a
was
better technical wrestler.
yeah. Yeah. Owen was fire.
I
You
don't
know,
care what anybody says. Owen was the better.
he was on fire all day. And that's my pick. Don't worry,
All
because
day.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I 100%, man. I think I'll never I won't back down from that. But yeah, that match, back in the day, on both in their prime, like, bro.
I just man, if you get a chance, go check out that Gato Junior match, dude. It was pretty good.
I'll have to check it out. All right. Well, with that being said, let us hop into our debate topic. Saraya, Paige, whatever you want to call her, right? Is she an icon or is she a trophy seeker? Here's the thing. So once again, this is a topic that we kind of had handed to us. Not that I want to take away from Chad. This is actually a good debate topic, right? So, Saraya truly has earned the title of icon, or is she just kind of trophy seeking, clinging on to the past? So, reason why is because after calling herself an icon on social media, Saraya sparked some backlash from fans who questioned her current in ring value. So, is she hanging on to the past, or is she really kind of still one of the dominants? And Twitch, start us off with this one.
To be completely blunt and honest, I didn't know she was wrestling again. I know she showed up in AEW a couple, like a handful of times and shit like that, but
Yeah,
I didn't know if she was still under contract with them. I don't know if she fucked off and went somewhere else. Like I, I wholeheartedly like. I was, I thought Paige was amazing when she was around in the E the first time. I think it was cool to see her appear back in AEW after your neck getting jacked up like that. It's always cool to see you come back.
yeah.
But I feel I feel like she is kind of clinging to the past. Like, yes, your career was cut short. Your in ring career, unless you are back wrestling again. If you have, I haven't seen anything of it. Uh I, were you great in the E? Yes, I wholeheartedly believe that. You had some moments that kind of put a black cloud over your career. Uh, it sucks that you got injured, but like I said, I don't remember you doing anything since you've come back that's been like, oh my god, did you see what she did? So, in my opinion, you're clinging to the past. Like you are a legend in your own right, but icon, that might be grasping at straws.
I can understand that. I feel your point. I think for me, what it is like it's tough for me to say that she's still an icon because she definitely was when she came through. Let's be fair. Like NXT, she like tore it up. Leaves NXT, she goes to the main roster. She beats AJ the night after WrestleMania, and then she becomes the new Divas champion, and then
He's
she keeps it
champion.
moving. Um, and then she has that thing with Paige, and they go back and forth, or Paige and AJ go back and forth. They teamed up against the Bella Twins. They did all like the stuff that you're
Yeah.
like the things, and she held it down for a little while, and then when the rest of the horsewomen came in, like she was kind of still like in the mix, and then eventually kind of like started fading to the background. And while I do understand your sentiments of saying that she had some black marks on her career, I don't really know if like I would take that into account and be like, yeah, that really is what punched her out. Right?
I was aiming that at injuries.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, even at that,
You
like,
were aiming that at.
yeah, no, I just, I just think like there's some things that just like I think she was on her way out way before like all that stuff had happened. And it's only because like the women had caught up to her and then were like kind of like surpassing her, and she was kind of fading into the back anyway.
Yeah.
Then she had the neck injury, and unfortunately, it did cost her a lot of time. And then when she came back, she kind of rushed back into it. She got injured again, and at that point, like she had to get surgery. And I thought she did a great job on Fox with WWE on Fox
Backstage or whatever.
backstage. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought she did great there. I thought she was like, I thought she found her niche. But then like, that show ended up getting canceled, so obviously she had to move on. But it was like, I don't know, when she got in AEW, there was excitement for her to be in AEW. She had her first match with Britt Baker, and then it just kind of was like, I can't recall anything
That's what I'm saying.
after, like she did the Outcast thing, but like even the Outcast, like it really was just pushing Tony Storm. Like Tony left,
I feel
and
like
then
the
what did
outcast.
Outcast do after that?
I feel like the outcast, and this is no offense to everybody in it. I feel like the outcast was just a knockoff version of the Riot Squad.
Yeah, I mean they did have Ruby Riot in there too.
Yeah, like, and I
It was
like
just
Ruby Riot, so that's not a knock towards her at all.
yeah, and then they tried to do the whole thing with Haley in there as well, and like that whole thing kind of missed. So I mean, she 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 had about as good as a rookie year as you can have, and then from there, it's tough for me to say this one. That was her best year, like was her rookie year, and then from there, just kind of like just went out the window, like. And I understand, like I said, she was able to hang and bang for a few years, like in the WWE, but like after that, like sorry, like I don't know if I was putting like a top 10 women's all list together, I don't know if I would have you in the top 10.
Are we talking all time? We talking just the E? We talking what?
Well, both. Like I don't know. I mean, I might
Both? No.
if I was just saying the E, like I don't know if I would. Like I would have to really think about it. And it's tough cuz I do like Paige, I do like Saraya, but I don't know if I could honestly argue her into the top 10. Like it's hard because it's like you're already thinking like if you're just throwing names out, right? We already know the four horsewomen are in. There's your
Oh,
top,
yeah.
and you could probably and however you want to argue them, that's in your top four. You know, AJ gonna be number 5, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in that top 5, maybe, right? Then we talking Trish and Lita, China. There's 8 right there. Then who else we talking about? Who else we gonna throw in that mix? Oscar, Alexa
Yeah.
Bliss. You know what I mean?
There's
Io
10.
Sky.
There's 11.
I mean, yeah, I'm just Kyrie, and I was
Rhea.
gonna say Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, like you know what I mean, like
Naomi.
Naomi. Naomi definitely. The
Like,
Bellas, like we're already in there.
we
Like
might that E break right there. We might make a hard left turn on that one.
well, one. I mean, not one of them at least. Nikki. I mean,
One at least.
Nikki. I
Both
mean,
of
I don't know.
them.
No, because like even if that, right? Oh, where we putting Michelle McCool? Where we putting? We didn't even talk about Mickey James. Where we putting Mickey
Yeah.
James? It's
Mickey
like,
James is easily in that top 5 conversation.
yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of hard to like put
I
you in that
apologize to
group.
AJ, but I'm putting Mickey over AJ any day.
Well, I'm just saying, like, not even all four horsewomen are gonna be in the top four. You know what
No,
I mean? Like, and you depending on how you where you're gonna put it, like, yeah. So I just and that's what I'm saying. Like, we've already named close to 15 people that we would put in there, arguably around where Paige would be, and it's like, and we're not talking about Layla,
yeah,
right? Like, Melina. Like, those are other names that we have to also like consider, especially for their era of like how they
Natalia.
wear, like Natalia. Jeez, man. I don't want to be funny, but also we got to throw. Are we thrown in? Well, Medusa also got to be thrown in there, right? Alundra
I
Blaze,
mean,
whatever.
yeah,
Like, I mean, it's just like there's a lot of women in there that we have to talk about, like that are in that same category. And we haven't mentioned like who Tori Wilson, like not in the we hadn't even brought
Tracy
her name
Keebler.
into it. Stacey well, I see I don't really know Stacey for her wrestling. I know her more for her like
Well, I
managing side
mean,
of things.
okay, touche.
Michelle kind of got in the ring and kind of hang the bang for a little bit,
Yeah,
But I mean, like, and then are we gonna also include some of this group that's coming up, right? From like NXT? Like, are we talking about a Roxanne Perez?
Julia.
We talk about Julia. We talk about Stephanie Vacker, Jordan Grace. Like, I know that their impact right now on NXT is like up there, but like, does Julia and Steph Vacker also get ranked up there too? Because like, to be fair, I mean, they're not winning the big titles, right? But Julia is now the U.S. champion, the women's U.S. champion. You know, Lyra Valkyria. Like, are we throwing her name in that
Yeah,
same context? So, I mean, where does really Paige like come
top one,
in?
top 100. Sure,
Top 100.
and that's
Because like, go ahead, go
that's
ahead.
sad because literally, like you just said, we listed off so many wrestlers that I feel like if we kept going, eventually her name's gonna pop up at like 89 or something like that.
And see, and that's why I was like in the E, like, and you guys can give your opinions too. We definitely want to hear what you got to say. But it's one of those things that's like, damn, dude, like, how many people are up and up and up and up and up and up on this list is insane. So how do we battle this? How do we fairly put her in that category? Because at some point in time, we're also going to have to mention the name that Chaz absolutely adores, in Tamina. Like, is she
She's
in
a
that category?
legend
We didn't even. Hey, let me be real. In this whole time that we're listing all these names, Beth Phoenix.
for real. Like
That's what I mean. I was just like,
for
yo,
real.
like, where are we putting people at? What are we doing? Like, she's in the Hall of Fame. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we really talking about here? Like, it's hard and it's not fair because I understand like what she contributed to everything, but
But
like,
life is not fair.
life is not fair. It's not. And even if you talked about her impact in AEW, like, she was not the
There,
needle mover. Yeah, she was not the needle mover you thought she was gonna be.
not
So
even close. I'm
it's
sorry. Like,
yeah, sorry. Like, your initial run, I would definitely say yes, was very iconic. But as far as going after that, you had one hell of a rookie season, and then after that, like,
it ended.
yeah, couldn't name anything else that you've done. And that's unfortunate because she's definitely a great name to have. But unfortunately, you're not, I don't even know if, because when you think about like the top 10 names, at least number 10 has to be the benchmark of where all that is. And I wouldn't even know who we're putting anywhere into that benchmark category, but it is not fair to Paige. Like, could you imagine if we decided that we're going to benchmark and say, let's say we did a top 20, and do we think Paige is number 10? Like, in a benchmark, like in a benchmark situation, do we think she's number 10?
No.
And I was like, there's a, and then even at that, I would even say Natalia would probably be 10.
Ben.
And that's because she is the benchmark. Like, that's it. Like, better than her, worse than her. Like, if you're better, then we're gonna put you up there. But I just look at him like, nah, bro. Like, unfortunately, you're not running anywhere. And I wish her the best. I wanted her to have more success. And if she can come back to the E at some point in time, great. I would love to see it. But right now, like,
I don't see that happening.
Nah.
I
You know
they
what?
don't need her.
They don't. They don't
This
need
is one
her.
of those situations where she came back to the E. It's either somebody pulled a favor or they need somebody that's going to take a lot of L's.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is they had already brought Eva Marie in to do that, and then they
Mhm.
washed her out.
Quick.
Yeah, I I unfortunately will have to agree that that is a thing that has to happen. Unless she could be okay like coming in and putting talent over. Like I can see that happening, but at this point in time, I don't know, man. I just iconic rookie run, but I don't see anything after that. So there we go. Camera's a little
What's
blurry.
about the end of it?
All right, so great. We've decided no. All right, so let's hop into
You get nothing,
you get nothing. You gotta get the fizzy drink off of the ceiling. Thanks a lot. Stupid
bastards.
fingerprints. Yo, what a whole dick Charlie was for drinking that.
Fucking
You should try a
greedy
little
little
bit.
prick.
Yeah, was it like you was living in the hometown, you found a golden ticket, your grandfather who wasn't even working, like all of a sudden he pops up out
Wasn't
of bed.
bedridden.
My man was bedridden, was like, "Oh, look at me, I can dance." Like, yo, this whole time you could have walked around. Grandpa Joe, you should have been in the shop working,
Social Security just caught you, sir.
bruh. Yo, Medicare catching up now. They want all their money back,
Every dime.
every dime. And why was there four of you in the same bed, bruh?
Awkward.
Yo, all old people just living in the bed, bruh, wilding out. All right, hold on. Let's get into our favorite segment of the podcast.
It's Damien's Dumb Ass of the Week.
All right, we already know who number one is.
I got all four.
All right, well,
I got all four.
no.
Damien,
Yeah.
anyone who thought Night of Champions was good, and because I called it last week and I haven't seen them, Dean and Mr. Golden.
Hold on, let me put this one. NE1. Oh, see who I gotta shorten the word thought, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just use the abbreviated version of thought. THOT. And he was good. Mr. Golden and Dean. All right. And who was our fourth one? Was it Mr. Golden and Dean, or was it those two together?
Those two together.
And who was our last one then?
Mm,
We had anyone out of champions, Damien, Mr. Golden, and Dean.
okay,
Yeah,
I
we
got
talked about y'all.
three.
I bet.
Chaz? Or does he get a pass?
He gets a pass. He gets a
Okay.
pass. To
Okay.
be fair, okay. To be fair, if you guys are wondering, we talked about it on the show before. You know, Chaz is expecting a little one. They they went all hands on deck because they thought something happened. So that's why he's not on the show.
All
So
right.
we'll let him have his pass because of that. Um, let me throw in, yo, whoo, I can't throw them in here because I got to pay a lot of respect to the work that she put in on Power Slap.
Oh,
Y'all
dude.
already know. Just go because I can't put her in for dumbass of the week because she won. Had she
No,
lost, then I'd be like, yo, put her in. But
you're a
yo, this
dumbass
girl,
for doing power slap.
nah, man, she won. Yo, hey, I agree, but hey, that shit was crazy.
That
That
shit was absolutely egregious.
bruh. Let me be fair, okay? And I'm gonna put her over, even though like we may not see eye to eye on a lot of things. But hey, there's come something right, and I say for like CM Punk, save a Batista, right, Brock. Um, if you willing to step into the octagon, or you willing to just step into like any physical combat, right? What's Tom. What's Tom's new name? Uh, uh,
God damn it!
you know who I'm talking about.
He's with
Yeah,
Dijak.
yeah, he's with IJ now, but Tom
Oh
Pestock, well, Pestock.
yeah,
Uh, we'll go with him. But
Baron Corbin.
formerly known as Baron Corbin. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You know, getting into the jiu-jitsu and winning, right?
bro.
Yeah. So anybody who steps in there, and also those who compete outside, right? So I mean, I'm just talking about like Alexander Hammerstone, Jordan Grace as well. You know, doing the physically fit competitions. Like I'm gonna give you guys all props. So that's the same thing I'm gonna say here when it comes to Hollywood, Haley J, right? Winning at Power Slap, right? Not just competing, but winning. Like you talking about some of the hardest people to like to fight against. Yo, I will give you love. I'll give you some flowers because like, hey, you know, that that shit was lit, bro. And I've been watching you on Netflix, um, watching the Netflix series, right? So it is one thing, but to watch you go into Power Slap and win, yo. And I know she not watched the show. She don't care. Congratulations. I'll throw it out there for you though. It was a great win. I was like, damn, she that girl folded like a stack, like a house of cards, man. My girl just took a step backwards, like, nah, it just dropped. Um, but to put someone in that fourth slot, I mean, he hasn't done anything wrong, but I just feel like he just Tony Khan. Yeah, I don't know
He
why.
hasn't done anything though.
I know, but he's
I
just like a
don't want to
regular.
defend him, but
He listen, you're going in there anyway.
damn, I tried Tony. I
It's just
tried.
a scapegoat at this point.
Look, if anybody still has a chance of AEW hiring them on this podcast, it's me, and I'm going to push for that.
Yo. You know what? I don't doubt that. All right, damn ass of the week. And he's not gonna win because we don't have no reason to have you in there. So I'm gonna be fair, Tony. Like yours in there because
We have no one else
we
to
have
put in there.
we have no one else in there. Chris isn't really on our TV show right now, so we can't really use Chris Jericho either. So
Where is
we just,
Chris?
he's taking a break. He's taking a break, making people miss him. I get it. I
Hopefully,
get
he
it.
doesn't come back as Flabby Jericho.
All right, here we go. So the list is up, so you guys can go through, vote for it, vote for who you want to. It is Damien, anyone who thought that Night of Champions was good, Mr. Golden, and Dean, and then as well, last but not least, Tony Khan is on that list. So it is what it is. Go out there, vote, put your votes in. I'm about to vote actually right now, and I'm not gonna
I'm
tell you who I'm voting for until
I'm
after.
not gonna lie, I don't know who to vote for.
That's fair. That's fair. Uh, this week might be a week where we actually don't have anybody who wins. Everybody loses. So
I'm cool with
uh
that.
I'm gonna go that route. All right. Um let's get into debate topic number 2, which is fair. This is kind of weird. I don't know, man. I understand this debate topic. I just I we're probably gonna have a different view of this, right? So let's talk about it. GCW, right? So GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, right? Is it still king or is it losing its reign? So here's how it's been kind of like brought to our attention, right? Is GCW still true king of the independents, or has the throne been taken? With the new indie promotions rising and GCW facing criticism for overexposures and booking fatigue, it's at the top. Is it at its spot at the top? Is it being questioned? Here's some stances that they give away, right? So for a pro, GCW still leads the culture, innovates, and draws. The con is the product is stale and the hungrier indies are outpacing them. Do we agree with this, Twitch?
To be fair, to be completely fair, I don't follow much GCW anymore. I do around WrestleMania time because Bloodsport,
Yeah.
but that's pretty much the only time I follow GCW. Like I know people who have come from GCW and people
Right.
who work at GCW, but I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a full GCW show.
I'll be fair. Outside of the stuff with KJ right now, the one formerly known as, the man with the greatest tornado DDT. Well, Fuego's not a thing no more. So that
Yeah,
AJ that storyline's got me kind of interested because I love seeing this new version that we're getting, and I love seeing this innovation that's coming out of it. Um, I don't think it's being outpaced. I know a lot of people are like kind of they. I've heard debates about this. People are being tired with everybody, um, and I don't know. I don't agree. I don't agree. I mean, I see a lot of the same talent, but they're always getting booked, and I do see like some great things happening. You know, especially right now with that run that Effie has, where like Effie is like defending the title against a lot of different people all the time, right? I mean, we've seen him with Ruckus at the Maryland show, so
Okay.
big shout outs to that. You know, he's defending the title, gets a lot of different names, and I'm here for it, right? A lot of legends that are around the local areas. So I don't I don't I don't agree that it's stale. I do agree though that a lot of other indie promotions are catching up and not surpassing them, but they're closing the gap, right? One of those companies that I think about that I think is closing the gap, and people are gonna laugh because they're new to me, but like to everybody else, they've been around for a while. Um, is NEW like New England Wrestling like has is like tearing it up. And there's something to be said about a company like that that can bring in big names too, and then they can also like keep drawing big names and big crowds. So I mean, I don't have to say no, right? I mean, I definitely see it. FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling out of Vegas, also pulls in a lot of big names, right? So there's always somebody coming around, and you hear about it a lot. So I can't really lean one way or the other and say no. I think they're still kind of ahead of everybody, but I also think that they're also closing the gap. Not to mention, we talked about it last week, you and I, when we talked about Wrestling Open, and like they've been around for just like Wrestling Open in Massachusetts has been around for like 3 years, and I know this year for the Rhode Island show it's only been a few months. But they bring in a lot of talent, like a lot of guys, and a lot of people that And I talk about you out there from that. If you watch an AEW, you and some WWE guys are former WWE guys are coming back, right? Or coming working there. Like Dijak is definitely one of those names that comes back and works. A bunch of the kids from the WWE ID program go there, right? We're talking about people like Bear Bronson that go there, like name after name, Wheeler Yuta, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale. Like those are all names that are coming out. So they all go back to go wrestle at Beyond. So it's like they at Wrestling Open and I say Beyond, but at Wrestling Open they're also there. So it's like I don't know, man. Like they, they're doing their thing, and they have been around a long time, right? And GCW has been, and Brett's doing a great job with GCW. I just, you know, one of their talent is from Wrestling Open. Like Alec Price is there, like he works there, and then guys that also work at GCW is like the Miracle Generation, like so it's like I see you guys, but these other indies are starting to catch up and pull ahead, and
It's only a matter of time, though.
yeah.
Like,
Well, you can only lead the pack for so long. We know this from
exactly.
everything. Yeah, so it is what it is. But I love seeing it work. So I got to continue to put it over and be like, yeah, you guys are doing great. So
I like blood sport, so
and Bloodsport just did a deal with WWE. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
when you're getting people like Shayna to come in and wrestle and Natty coming in to wrestle, like
carrying
where's Gary? The what was the one dude? The brother, the Creed brother was there.
Brutus.
Yeah, he worked. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
then there's a kid from NXT that goes there. Charles is that his name? He had the cup for a little bit too. Sorry, I'm not great at remember everybody's names. I just remember how
Yeah,
he
I
looked.
don't. Yeah, I
I could
don't
point him out in
remember
the crowd if I
everything.
saw it. But yeah, so I mean, I feel, but there's a lot going on, and I think GCW is still keeping up that pace, and they're always putting on banger shows everywhere they go. So
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of indies that are closing the gap, but they're not there yet. So that's my 2 cents for it.
I give it like
Yo,
2 years.
I I'll be
Two
fair.
years.
I'd give it a year or two.
You
I would.
think?
I Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, Wrestling Revolver is around the corner. It is like creeping up on them. You know what I mean? And what Sammy Callahan is able to do with Wrestling Revolver and having all those talent come in has been amazing, right? And to be fair, another one too, right? It was a charity event, but Ronda Rousey came to Revolver to work a
True.
match. Like so, I
True.
mean, pulling in some names. So I mean, like they can get it going. So I'm hyped for it. And also my boy Matt Diesel is also on Wrestling Revolver as well, and I like it. So that's why I'm supporting as well.
A little bit of bias in there.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, I'll be fair too, man. Like, Ollie Price is a friend of mine. At least I consider him a friend of mine. And he's at GCW. So I get to I love having these connections to like a lot of different talent that wrestle in a lot of different areas. And it's just fun to watch them work. So like, man, it
I
is what
was
it
the
is.
same way for a while with a promotion that came from Pennsylvania, but they're in some struggles right now, so we won't mention their name.
They're coming back though. They're gonna come back.
Slowly.
Well, maybe not that promotion itself, but a lot of the talent that worked there is definitely gonna come
The
back.
tournament that they put on will totally live on.
Oh yeah. 100%. All right. So we'll get into our the next segment before we get into our final one, but I want to get into push or berry. All right. What are we pushing first? Because I know what we're burying, but what are we pushing first?
What are we pushing first?
Yeah.
Hmm, that's hard.
Not for me. Give me Jade Cargill.
I was trying to I was trying to work around that because last time we did Pusher Berry, I did all of women's wrestling. So
Right. No, I'm pushing just Jade.
okay, okay,
Just Jade.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually,
I'm,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
I'm sorry.
pushing Randy
Okay. I'm
Randall.
gonna I'm gonna do this. Let me push black female wrestlers because right now with Naomi holding the Money in the Bank,
Mm,
Jade winning Queen of the Ring,
mm,
Bianca's still a top talent all
mm.
around the championship. Yes, 140%. I'm here with it all.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
I was like, yeah, let me go with that. All right, well, let's go with Barry. How about that?
Night of Champions.
Not a champion. I knew you were gonna say not a champion.
Bro, I'm sorry. Like, it's either I say Night of Champions or I say WWE's deal with Saudi Arabia as a whole.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel the same way about both of them. It's fucking dumb.
I think. Listen, I'm gonna. Ah, man, it's so hard for me to say this because, like, listen, if anybody in Saudi Arabia listens to the show, it's not you.
It's not.
It's not you.
It's not.
Y'all are amazing, and y'all tell it like you guys feel it, and I 100% respect that
Definitely.
to the core. But there are some things that have happened that I'm kind of like, hey, yo,
Yeah,
fuck that.
yeah, yeah. There are some dark marks that
Yeah,
hang over your head.
because like I will be fair, okay. The U.S. and Saudi Arabia playing in soccer, like, of course I'm going to cheer for the U.S. because I'm an American, and I'm kind of hoping that and obviously I want Saudi to lose because they're playing America. But I have no beef with y'all. I have
No,
no beef with the citizens. I have no beef with anything outside of what your government says. And I feel like that's my problem. Like, I want to bury the fact that the WWE has two shows a year, and now this year in 2026, well, in the year 2026, the Royal Rumble will be in Riyadh, and I have a huge problem with that because when we talk about the Big Four, I don't like seeing the Big Four outside of the U.S. And now that Saudi is getting one of the Big Fours, my favorite event, like, period. I have a massive problem with that. I have a massive problem with that.
I
Then
get it.
that's where I'm at.
I
So,
wholeheartedly get it. My
so we have
issue,
to go to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
my issue with Night of Champions as a whole is once upon a time, Night of Champions, every single title was defended. Two
We
titles
had
were
two
defended. Two.
titles.
Two. At this point, just rename it King of the Ring.
Just name it King of the Ring. That's it.
Wholeheartedly. Like, this is dumb. We all know that the King of the Ring champion, the King of the Ring crown and Queen of the Ring crown gets finished at the Saudi show. It's happened every time you've brought it back. P.S. By the way, what happened to those big stupid rings? Why didn't Cody and Jade get a big stupid ring?
Bruh. The
Hmm?
ring, the title,
Yeah, the title. Where's the
the
title?
title. Where's the
Oh,
title at?
let's talk about this.
But you gave him that giant fucking crown.
That stupid ass thing. Fuck out of here with that.
Also,
Just
my problem is like
just rename it fucking King of the Ring.
just no, just name it of the ring.
Of the ring. There you go.
Of the
Person
ring.
of the ring.
Person of the ring. I like wrestler of the ring. How about that?
There you
Okay.
go.
Like yo, monarchy of the ring. I know the monarchy is already
I just
taken. Like, sorry. But like, yo,
I just
we can
man,
find another name. Parliament of the
exactly.
ring.
Parliament of the Ring.
I don't know what to call it. Cause you can't cause like the monarchy is already a thing. Like and I listen, I know the two who call themselves the monarchy. So if you were to borrow that name, you would have to borrow it from them. But it's
Mhm.
like, yo, I'm thinking like you need to find something like royalty of the ring. I mean, there you go. That's it right there. Royalty of the ring because like you like what are we doing? Like I don't know. It's just stupid because to me the idea of it, right? Like we're gonna crown them in Riyadh. We're gonna crown them in Saudi Arabia because there's a fucking king there, and we're gonna crown it there, right?
There's not even a king. He's just a prince.
No, but no, because that's because his there is a king. His dad his dad does run shit.
I don't think he does.
There is a
All we
monarchy
ever hear
system
about
now.
is the prince.
We only hear about the prince, but there is a king there. There is a real king of Saudi Arabia.
I don't think there is.
I'm paying like, hey,
I
but
need to
like,
Google this.
what? So where does King of the Ring go next year? You guys, because you are definitely not going to London. Let's be real. You're not doing that.
It used to be the Saudi show was Crown Jewel. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever. Sure, why not? I don't at this point, whatever. Now Crown Jewel is in Australia.
which is it's listen. There's no monarchy there.
No, there's not.
you you might as well have had Crown Jewel in London for
At
all
this
that
point,
matter.
at this
Yeah.
point,
And what else?
why don't you
What
go
else did they
book Wembley
change?
Stadium?
What else? Yeah, no shit. What else did they change? Clash of Champions, right?
Clash
That's
of
in
Champions is in.
is in France this year.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I mean, just
it, that was
can we
a
be real?
Berlin pay per view.
How
PLE,
about this?
whatever you call
How
it.
about this? Hey, we don't necessarily want to. We're not gonna bury Light of Champion. We're just gonna bury stupid names in stupid places. How about that?
Yes, there we go. I'm
Yo,
cool with that.
that's what that's our bury. That's our complaint, right? Like Crown Jewel should not be like I agree. Crown Jewel should be in a place where I don't know
They have a
jewels normally
king.
would be found. Yeah, that or if you put it in Egypt, right? I don't care if it's in Cairo. Like put it somewhere where it belongs.
Right.
That is like known for having like jewels.
Clash of
Like I just
Champions, I don't really mind being in France, other than the fact that they've never won a major war.
that's why I was like, yo, keep when I think of clashes, I think it's I listen, I'll be fair, and this is gonna sound very probably dumb of me to say it, and this is very Americanish. Like I think of Scotland, I think of Ireland, like they always be battling. I think that's fair. You
Yeah,
know, I'm not saying that you always battle, right? But back in the day, let's be fair, there were some fights happening, you know, and I kind of like that idea of like I love that was the first thing that we said it at, right? Like but to me, like I'm not when I look at things that are happening, give it a new pay per view name if you're gonna do if PLE, whatever. I don't give a who
it's
cares.
a pay per view,
Go,
damn it.
yeah, if you're gonna do a PLE in Australia, give it its own name, give it its own thing, right? It should just be like everything that you're putting together should have its own thing, and that's why I don't like the big four moving outside of the U.S. Like, and I get it because let's be real, Endeavor, we know, okay, you're the $3 billion in a hole, and you're trying to find your way out. So you're just feeding the biggest events that you can to the biggest places. Let's be real. That's the only reason why you're back in Vegas next year. And it's also the only reason why you're in Saudi Arabia next year, because they're just like, hey, we'll pay you this much to hold this big four, one of the big four. And you're like, yeah, we'll just put it there. I promise you this,
Put
though.
it there where they pay us retarded money.
Yeah. Because I guarantee you this, man. I don't think you're getting as many people to travel to Saudi Arabia if you're holding WrestleMania there.
Let's be serious. Let's be 100% serious. Everything's paid for. Your tickets, your flights, your 5-star hotel, because let's be serious, I'm sure Saudi Arabia has nothing below a 5-star hotel.
Facts.
Everything's paid for. Your food. You can bring 3 friends. Are you going?
No. Still not going. You can pay for it all, but no, not coming. Still not coming. I'll be fair, and I don't know how much validity was this in. I don't know how much validity was in this real, in this like DM that I got, but I got DM'd a person to go to Saudi Arabia to wrestle, and I was like, no, not coming. First of all, this was right after the whole Khashoggi thing. And I was like,
Oh,
no,
oh.
I'm good. I'm great where I'm at. I don't have to go to no consulate. I got a passport already. I'm great. I'm groovy, bro. Like I'm not no. Like it would like I'll be fair. It would have to be and I will keep it with y'all, okay. It has to be dumb money. Like dumb money. We talking like almost like 6-7 figure money. Like for me to go
Oh,
to
no, it has to
Saudi.
be 7 figures. I'm sorry. It has to be 7 figures. No.
Like because if someone came out, it's like it's like that whole thing. I'll share this too with y'all. Like my wife and I, we were talking, and we were talking about the $1 billion question. I mean, like, would you punch your spouse for $1 billion? And I looked at her, I was like, absolutely. I was like, we can split the money, but I
Totally.
was like, yeah, we married, but we already have the money. So what we and my wife looked at my daughter and was like, I would hit your dad for $1 billion. Then I would
We'll
apologize about it
knock
later.
clean out.
Yeah, just
And
yo,
then a
100%.
massive tomahawk steak dinner. I'm apologizing.
That's how you do it. We just handle it with food. I
Yeah,
agree. And
exactly.
I
Here's a
think
steak
about those.
for your eye and one I prepared for you.
Ruth Chris got you. Not that you guys are sponsoring this episode. You guys
Not
get
at
the free
all.
plug. All right, we're gonna move on from our push and berry to our new segment. This was something that we wanted to share with you guys, and I thought this was really kind of fun. So a lot of people have been doing this. I wanted to get involved with this too. So myself and Twitch are gonna do a draft. So we're gonna do 5 rounds. Okay. Actually, Twitch, I totally forgot to download this app. I wanted to download an app so that we could flip a coin, so that we could
I
see
have
who's gonna.
I have
You
a
got
coin to flip on my
bet.
phone.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up real quick, just so it's just like this. This is the Money in the Bank draft. So here's how we're gonna break it down, right? We're doing 5 rounds, like I said, and you could call it two because since I'm hosting this. So if you wanted, we're going 5 rounds. Whoever wins the pick, we get to pick. We're gonna 10 names that we're gonna draw who we think are the best Money in the Bank, and then you guys get to vote on it and tell us what you guys think. So Twitch, call it.
As you can see, this is a heads the best you
Okay, I
can.
got you the best we can.
Tails.
Oh,
And it lines
Okada's coming
up.
out.
Tails.
Bet. All right. So with that being said, I got tails. So I'm gonna go ahead, and the first person I'm gonna take off this list. Uh, you think you know me? Let me get the first Money in the Bank winner, Edge.
Okay. I will take your edge and I will raise you carrying cross.
From Money in the Bank winner?
Oh, they have to be
Yeah,
previous
they have
money?
to. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
I thought we were picking like
No,
who's winning the. Okay.
no.
CM Punk.
It's a good one. I was like, it was either gonna be like the first two was either gonna be Edge or CM Punk. Like, I was like,
It,
yeah, let's
it,
do
wa-
one
it
of
was
these
a
two.
toss up between Punk and my next pick, depending on how you
Yeah, well,
pick.
I'm gonna take Seth Rollins.
Okay, I'm gonna take Cena.
See, and to me, like, I love the fact that you picked him. I'm gonna be fair with you. Not even on my board.
Yeah.
Not even on the board. Not even on the
Okay.
board. Hold up real quick. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Derek? Let me go. My third pick, right? I'm glad you took Cena because this really helps me out. Let me get Big E.
Oh, you bitch! That was my next pick. Damn you! Uh, all right. Um, let me take.
I gotta scratch these names out so I know who's been picked.
This is hard.
Yeah, trust me. I was putting my draft list together. I was like, damn, this is gonna be rough.
Give me. Give me Mr. Kennedy.
See, I like that pick too. And to be fair, it's not about the cash in themselves, right? So that's not what we're looking at. But it is so hard not to be like, yo, but the things that came off of this. And when I
Right.
saw Kennedy, I was like, Kennedy winning was so cool. But I was like, and then I got to thinking to myself, I was like, but who else had a cooler cash in? And that's why this is my fourth pick. I gotta go with Oscar.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Because it was so much, and I'll explain. I'll explain. I don't, even though we don't have to, right? She won, but she didn't really win Money in the Bank. Like she won the briefcase, right? She won Money in the Bank, but really, like the next day was Raw, and that's when Becky was like, "Nah, here's the title, and I'm gonna go be a mom." And I'm like, ah, "This is a crazy moment." Like I still get goosebumps thinking about this moment. So
That's no. That's respectable. Uh, that's no. That's definitely respectable. Um, give me Dolph.
see, I like that one. So you took Punk, Cena,
Punk,
Dolph,
Cena, Kennedy,
and
Dolph.
Kennedy. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that so far. Um, damn, that's crazy. That's a great pick.
That's a solid
Um,
one.
it's a solid pick. It's a solid pick. So I have, mind you, I have 15 names like I've written out. So now, like trying to choose like who my last pick is gonna be, it it bothers me.
Let's hear it.
um, it's just I just want to see. Okay, just because what it did for her, right? I gotta go with Liv Morgan.
That's fair. That is honestly very fair. Let's see.
This has actually been like
We're
really a lot of
talking
fun.
about we're talking about what it's done for somebody's career.
It doesn't necessarily have to either.
No, but that seems that seems to be what we've been talking about, like the things that
Yeah.
come from them. Give me Carmella.
See, damn.
Give me Carmella.
I
She's
kind of
very
want to keep going now.
very slept on as
She's
a Money
very
in the Bank
psycho,
winner.
bruh. And I'll just never forget the Iconics telling Charlotte, "We can take the title off you like
Like
that,"
that.
and they did. They
Uh huh.
backed it up. And I'm like, bruh, that was so good because and it helped Carmella out so much. And you could talk about the controversy that came with it, like, oh, she didn't really win it, like Jimmy got it for her, like James Ellsworth won it, and then
She
like
won it.
she went back and won it. Yeah, so I have to agree, bro. I kind of want to keep doing this. Like, I want to keep going.
Keep going.
All
Keep going.
right,
I got my next pick.
Oh, you got your next pick? All right. Well, let
Uh-huh.
me get the Miz.
God damn it!
that was
God
that
damn
was
it!
my next pick, regardless.
All right, all right. Give me the controversial Alberto Del Rio.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm putting it in too. Alberto Del Rio. We can go to 10. Whatever. I got it. Let me get
Whatever.
Brock Lesnar.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Give me Kane.
I forgot Kane won
Uh
it.
huh. He cashed in on Rey Mysterio the same night.
He did. He did. He did. Where we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we got 7 names. We got 3 more rounds. Whatever. We can go to 10. Um. Okay. 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 I like it. I like it. Yo, let me get Alexa Bliss.
Fuck. Okay.
Yep.
Solid. Give me Naomi.
Fuck. That was my next. That was my next pick.
Uh huh.
I was like, he ain't gonna take her. He ain't gonna take her. I was like, let me get Naomi.
Give me
I was
Naomi.
like, I was looking at it too. I was like, yo, there ain't no way she gonna fall to me like this again. All right then. I, you know what? I have two of them. I have one of them. Let me get the other Shield member who won, Dean Ambrose.
Fair. 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 I will give you that.
Since you won't give me both black money in the bank winners.
Yeah. Sharing is caring.
5, 6. Bet.
Uh, looking through my list of who I got left.
Right.
Uh, what are we at? 9?
We're at, yeah. So this is your ninth, and then we have one more round.
Give me Rob Van Dam.
That's a great pick because I secretly was like, I know he's not pulling RVD. Damn it. Sneaking in. All right. I guess for my last pick, uh yo, I like this one too. I'm gonna take the other guy who cashed in that money at WrestleMania. Let me get Damian Priest.
Oh, that's a fucking good one. Oh, that's a real good one. All right. Nobody took him. I'll take him. Give me Drew McIntyre.
I kind of was looking at Drew as well. That's
Give
a
me
great.
give me Drew.
You know who else I wanted to take if this was another round that we're going to continue. We're done at 10, by the way. So you guys, I'll read back the names, but I'm going to tell you guys didn't, who won Money in the Bank that were paid. I wanted, I was going to take Tiffy.
I was going to over Naomi, but the more I thought about it, I like Naomi with this Money in the Bank, so that was too good to
Also,
pass up.
also another name that we didn't take, Sheamus.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, with that being said, and also we'll read back the names so you guys can pick. We didn't take Bailey.
Nobody took Austin Theory.
Nope. Yeah, but you know what, man? I'm gonna be fair. No one took Damian Sandow either, and I'm okay with that.
I mean,
Or Baron Corbin. Like Baron won it too.
Braun
Hey,
Strowman.
Braun Strowman, bruh. That was bruh. We
No, to
oh
be fair, nobody took Randy.
we didn't take Randy. I forgot Randy won it. I was looking through the list and I was like making a name of everybody. I probably would have taken. I would have put him in. Or to be fair, why Dolph Ziggler?
Jack. I took Dolph.
Did you take Dolph? Oh, yeah, you
Yeah, I
did
took
take
Dolph.
Dolph. I put Dolph in there. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Jack Swagger.
Yeah. Can you remember what he did with that? Because I can't.
Nope. I'm just saying he's another one who won it.
Yeah. Well, like Otis also won it too, and he lost it to the Miz, and then the Miz cashed in twice.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's why I was like, I wanted the Miz because I was like, yo, man, that guy, he's 2-time.
I
Two-time
mean,
Money Bank.
technically, it wasn't at the Money in the Bank, PLE, pay
Yeah.
per view, whatever you want to call it. Daniel Bryan
Damn, Brian.
is a Money in the Bank winner.
He's a Money in the Bank winner. He is. It's crazy to look through this list of people too.
Oh yeah,
I forgot Randy Orton. Damn, Randy Orton did cash in too, and he won. I was like, dang. That man held that contract for 35 days and cashed in.
yeah.
Let's see who else was in here that I know we
Kane
didn't
held it for like 35 minutes.
he did hold it for like I think he was the shortest one, right?
Shortest. Yep.
That was when he cashed in, I was so mad. I'll never forget. Otis, Otis went in and losing it to the Miz.
Otis winning
Nikki,
was such a technicality. Like
he just caught it.
that. Yeah.
He
That
just caught it.
briefcase just getting thrown at him and him catching it. Like
Tucker!
start humping the air. Like Otis, calm down, man.
Nikki ASH.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot she won it.
Bro, I remember her winning it and how she won it. Remember, because everybody was fighting for it, and she's like crawled in the middle of everybody and just got
Uh-huh.
the contract. Like that was an amazing, amazing moment for her too. And she only held it for one day. She had the contract for one day, and she cashed in like the very next day. I was very, very excited for her. Very cool moment for her. We didn't say Io Sky, by the way, but it's not like it's memorable. Like, and I don't want to say it like that because she did she's amazing, and she she
Io
ended up
Sky
winning.
with the title now is better than when she held Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Totally.
100%. I agree with that. But all right, so when we read it back for you guys tell us who you guys think has the better team as far as Money in the Bank winners go. I'm gonna read off. We'll read Twitch's name off first, and then I'll read off mine. So we're gonna go with Punk, Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Mr. Kennedy, Carmella, Alberto Del Rio, Kane, Naomi, Rob Van Dam, and Drew McIntyre. Or you can go with my team: Seth Rollins, Edge, Big E, Asuka, Liv Morgan, The Miz, Brock Lesnar, Alexa Bliss, Dean Ambrose, and Damian Priest. So you guys let us know. Also, cutting this, putting up there, and then we'll have cool little graphics on the bottom so you guys can see exactly how we came to these names. But yeah, that's it. That's the show. Yeah, that's all we got.
But before we sign out, make sure you head over to Pro Wrestling Tees and foryourwear.com and check out all of your 3 Count Podcast, PI, and Red Dog merchandise.
Facts. All of those facts. Go through, check them out, and then you guys know what to do. Wait for that outro. Wait for the exit, and then tune into another episode. Because I'm not gonna say it all because I'm gonna tell you guys this again. Kawaii. What's up? It is your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, and thank you for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. Whether that was Chaz Friends, Red Dog Friends, Damian Friends, The Film Styles, Now Into the Ring, Now Entering 201, or Now Returning to the Ring, all those good episodes. You should really be liking, commenting, and even sharing this with your friends, family, whoever it may be. But what you all should be doing is checking us out on all of our social media platforms at 3 Count Pod, whether that's on IG, Twitch, you can check us out on Threads, whatever it may be. And if you go check us out on X, it is 3count_pod. Check us out on YouTube, as well as Facebook, on Rumble, on Apple Music, on Spotify, all those fun things. Tell your mom about us, your dad about us, your aunties, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, and your best friends and your enemies, because we love haters too. Do all that stuff. And then, last but not least, buy our merch on foryourwear.com or prowrestlingtees.com. Kawaii.